Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Command Center, where we like to put our favorite commander, maybe even yours, front and center. And you know we can't do that unless we're playing EDH. What does that stand for?
In this case, it stands for a life lesson. Excessive dictation is harmful.
Excessive dictation is harmful. Stop talking. Shut your mouth. Welcome back to the next part of our series, The Laws of Magic Power. We're on Law 4 now. Can't believe we made it this far.
Moving along.
There's 48 of these, remember? So we're going to keep trucking, and hopefully we make it all the way. But Law 4 specifically says, always say less than necessary. All right, we're back. We actually do have more to say about this, all right? We won't keep you too long, but we do have some stuff to say about how we want to apply this law of power, always say less than necessary, and maybe a couple of commanders here and there that will kind of help bring this law out. So definitely talk about the play styles and also the commander that kind of applies to this. But first, let's look at some flavor text.
All about that flavor.
What flavor text did you find that kind of explicitly states what we're talking about with always say less than necessary?
So one that I loved for this was Diabolic Tutor, and I thought it was perfect. And it says, the wise always keep an ear open to the whispers of power.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good flavor text. Pretty good advice as well.
It really is, and it's basically, saying that if you just sit there and listen, people talk too much, and especially in Commander, you're going to get a great little kind of glimpse as to exactly what and when people are trying to do stuff just by listening.
So how about we just jump into the first tip that we have with this law. Make people reveal more about themselves. And that involves a key thing we just talked about, listening. So we've said this in previous laws. Try not to say too much, and also try not to say nothing at all. That's why this law is very necessary.
Exactly. And one of the key words in that sense is necessary. Meaning, there are necessary parts of conversation. This is not telling you to sit there and just be dead silent, because that is the sketchiest thing of all to me.
Yeah.
Someone could be telling me their life story, what cards they're playing next, how they're going to combo up, how much mana it's going to cost, exactly what land they're tapping. And I will be less sketched out than if someone is sitting there not saying a word, just staring at me. That might just be weird. So don't take it too far. But yeah, you need to be smart about it, because people might be listening. And if people are listening, you don't want to tell them what you're doing. Like that, it makes it too easy to stop.
Yeah, cards in your hand, your game plan, what you're hoping for, what you're hoping to draw, what your win cons are. Like, people don't need to know these things. just play the deck and let them see it for themselves. All right, tip number 2. People listen and interpret your every word. This is why you need to be careful with what you say. All right? So just as you're listening to your opponents and see that they're frustrated or see what they're hoping for, hoping to draw, people are listening, doing the same to you. They want to know if you're someone who's a threat. So it's like, hey, did he say he was thinking about coming this way or attacking this way, or he's definitely going to attack next turn? We should probably deal with that guy.
And it also, be careful with sarcasm. That is a big thing, that different people have different kind of inflections in their voices. And if you're playing with your best friends, obviously, this is actually one of the laws that's going to apply at least, because you know each other's decks, you know how each other joke. But when you're playing if you're at any type of, I guess there are Commander tournaments technically.
Yeah, Commander tournaments.
Or any type of, if you're in a game store playing with strangers, your sarcasm might not be picked up by other people. So your joke about, I'm going to combo off and kill the table next turn, haha. You might just be dead next turn, because you're revealing stuff and saying stuff that you don't need to be saying in that moment.
Yeah, you never know how people are going to take your words or interpret your words if they don't know you. Yeah. And so, like we said, you're listening, they're listening as well. Mm-hmm. And this goes a lot when it comes into threat assessment. Don't be mad when you're the target because of something you said. Mm-hmm. Last tip we have for you. The less that you say, the less people will actually know your position. So this is pretty much self-explanatory. So you can have your casual conversations and joke about, funny things that happened today or in your last game, or, just be casual in your conversations. But like we said, you don't have to talk about what your hopes and dreams are of drawing that dark magician of your the Dark Magician variant of your Magic card.
Quick aside, everybody has their Dark Magician, and this is something, it's that one card that every time you play Magic, whatever your pet deck is, that you always draw at every game.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own. Mine happens to be Cabal Coffers, unfortunately, for all my friends.
Yeah.
But everybody's got that Dark Magician card, but when you need it, it's just sitting there waiting for you.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you don't want them to know what it is you're looking for. You don't want them to know what your game plan is, what you're hoping this person messes up with or messes up counting their mana. Just be mindful of these things. The less you say, the less people will know what your game plan is.
Yeah, you also don't want to expose yourself for being a negative person. Sometimes this may come up where maybe you're salty, maybe you don't want somebody to do something, maybe you're actively rooting for someone to either screw something up or have their plans kind of squandered.
Yeah.
We understand your frustration. I get super salty. We all get salty. But this is a great example, too, of, sometimes you can squander your own plans, but also you don't want to ruin the fun at the table. You might be saying too much by letting that person know exactly what you think about them in the moment they're comboing off. Maybe just hold back a little bit for the good of the fun of the table.
Yeah, this is still a social game. Yeah. So even though we're talking about dominating and taking over and being the one in charge and in power, take it or leave it.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. So those are all the tips that we have for you. We're going to quickly jump into maybe Commander that you can play to kind of that leans towards what we're talking about here. And our Commander that we have to feature is actually a secret because we're going to say less than necessary.
So this is going to be my favorite part of this because, to be honest, I love the social experience of Commander. So this is one of those laws of power I'm probably not going to personally use a lot because I care less about winning than I do having a good time. And even though I do like to win, I feel like sacrificing the social aspect is kind of something I don't personally like to do. But the way you build your deck can still encompass this law in a way that doesn't ruin that social experience. And that's what we're talking about here, where if you want to play a super threatening commander, the best way to do it sometimes is to hide it.
Yep.
Maybe you want to play that Prosh food chain deck. What if you just put it inside a Chromat shell and no one knows what's coming? They don't see Prosh sitting there staring them in the face. I know Josh Lee Kwai of the Command Zone had a 5-color Nekusar deck where he hid Nekusar in a Chromat. It's a great idea because Nekusar is a commander that you play it on the table. People might kill you for it. So it is a great way that Commander is such a strange thing in how it works as a format where as soon as you sit down, you know what everybody's deck probably is going to try to do just by looking at the commander. In no other format does that happen. So trying to take that advantage back and not letting people know what you're trying to do can be huge.
Yep. So having a secret commander will actually help people not know what you're trying to do, what your intentions are. And you're saying less than necessary. If you're practicing these strategies, you can get your combo, your synergy pieces all in your hand on the battlefield without people even noticing that it's
Nobody's
happening.
Nobody's going to have any idea. They're going to be looking at that progenitus you have in the commands and like, what in the world is he doing? And then, boom, you do what you're trying to do.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all we have for you. This one was pretty short and simple. This one actually encompassed some things that we've talked about in previous laws, so we didn't want to bore you with the details. Saying less than necessary.
Oh, always.
So if you like what we do here, please check out some of our previous laws. We've done 1 through 3 so far. In a couple of weeks, we'll be hitting up Law 5, and we'll give you the details on that when it comes. Like and subscribe. Consider becoming a patron of ours. There are some pretty good deals that we have for people who become a patron of ours, so be sure to check those out. And before we sign off, we want to make sure that everyone knows that we will be at GP Vegas next month.
Woo!
Living it up. So, I hope to get a lot of Commander games in, meet some awesome people. And if you're going to GP Vegas, let us know.
Yes.
We'll be sure to, definitely play some games with you.
It's going to be 70, math is my strong point, 72 hours-ish of straight Magic, no sleeping, non-stop Commander games. So please find us. I would love to get a chance to play with anybody who's down.
Yeah, we're probably going to be in the Commander area, whatever that package is that's been advertised on their website.
Yeah.
Whatever. You check it out.
The place they send us casuals. They just throw us in a corner and just let us have a good time.
Yeah. All right. So please join us back next time. Poke around the channel, see some of our deck techs. If you like what we do here, again, like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.